and then you add on as a person of color. If you're just trying to get to vote and you already have to go through all of these hurdles and hoops in your everyday life, imagine this really is supposed to matter the most in this country. But then you also see all the times that you try to have your voice matter, told it doesn't matter, and then you're kind of like, what's the point?
How do we keep hope though? If I'm watching this right now, how do we as
if we haven't been broken now through
Hello?
What up, Zelda?
through,
Hello?
I'm just wondering, any of you up to do the Aqua and Naira?
Yeah, that's what I invited you for.
Alright, but
Do the what now?
it's a throwback tournament. It's a tournament.
What's the throwback part about it?
Throwback.
I think
the
I don't know if certain stuff are on vaulted. I don't know. All I know is that there's 12. I don't know. I know first place has 202 points right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I think you have to come in the top 100, top 50. And top 50 to move on to round 2, and 50th place right now has 159 points.
Oh my god.
You led me directly there.
Oh my
And it's
god.
Liquid Vosh and Strizo.
Who's that?
Look like? And I feel like
Oh, just pro players. Nothing to worry about.
Marching. Yes, it is protesting. Yes,
Shit.
not right or unjust.
Well,
talk to me about what.
All I know, I need to get into a place where I can see my name on the leaderboard at once in my lifetime.
No, right?
I'm. Tournament.
You know what?
Oh really?
Martin Luther
Yeah.
King marched, but there were a lot of women who were.
But if you want to come back and do it, there's only an hour left on it, and we have 12 matches.
Yeah, we can. Just hold on. Let me get like 2 more edit courses down. I'll go back.
Needs to bail them out of jail, so that now we need to be in the community.
I think we could be good if we make it to like freaking.
Everybody has a position to play, and so play your position.
I can make it in the top 1,000. I'll be happy.
And whatever you do, play your position. So
shit, for fucking the trio arenas, we had 100 points.
Be on the front line, but you know what? My pockets go deep, so I'm
gonna. Hey, TJ, Glitch, Kelton, everybody, I'm about to join these parties, and Cam, TJ, you might not want to join, cause you hate somebody there. You hate somebody in the party. You can join. How do you know?
Eat the surface of what we do, like me.
Well, I'm about to join the party. DJ, you can join. I don't know. But I don't know. You can join. Okay, I joined.
That you're serving.
Before I let you go,
NRG is fucking buns, bro.
In your opinion, for people to vote, our people to get out.
Fucking Parallel's better than fucking NRG.
Yeah, I mean, guys.
Honestly, if I got an RNG, I would honestly just use it for the clout.
I'm telling you right now, we cannot.
I don't think NRG's that good of a clan, honestly.
I understand that it may be.
Their main player's clicks.
But at the end of the day, we gotta vote for.
I don't know why you got out of the Misfits.
We gotta vote for our legacies. We gotta
me either.
For continued progress.
But Surfing Boy, that dude's a good fucking mobile player.
Yeah.
Upward mobility. We have long lasting. And if we succeeded before,
let me turn on my fan real quick.
Talk about the hope. This is the time. This is not the time to give up. This is not the time to pretend a way that we haven't made progress we have. There's still much more to be done. And you know what? We might have to get to a point where we pass the baton to our children and our children's children, but we still have work to do now for that generation.
You said what?
I love you so much as Molly on HBO's Into. Special.
Go.
Oh, and I am so grateful.
Oh my God, he's not even top
why
one.
Did you invite me?
No, he's not even top one.
Because Zello joined, bro. He wasn't even in there.
Oh.
I really, really mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, I had to update my Epic Games launcher real quick.
Excellence personified. Thank you so much, my
I
friend.
love you so much, Mama. Mwah.
Yeah, I got on, seen that was live, and I was like, okay, maybe Daniel's inviting me to do that, and I seen Taylor in here, I was like, oh.
So Atlanta has been one of the hot.
That's just because I invited him before.
Rest and social injustice. We've seen so much happen in that
city.
And we've also seen so much come from that city, including one of our very own founding fathers of the civil rights movement, and that's Martin Luther King Jr. But right now, we want to welcome in someone who has used his platform to talk about voting, to talk about racial injustice, and how he's trying to help. Atlanta's very own Russ joins us now on We the People. Russ, I'm not going to fan out and tell you what are some of my favorite songs. So we got to talk about recently. You have a privilege, and that is necessary for you to give back. Tell everybody about what that means.
It's very obvious. I'm white, and I'm in Black culture, and I'm benefiting financially off of it. So I feel like if you're a white person for Black culture, you have to put finances back into Black culture. It's just that simple. The screenshots with your feelings, it just comes off like fake empathy, because it comes off very dismissive and very oh, that sucks for y'all, but anyway, back to what I was doing.
Is it now because of the time of where we are in this country?
I've always had the feeling. I think now it's just obviously elevated. It's a new level, and there's new, it's to the point now where you can't, first of all, you can't not say anything. Second of all, though, I just think saying something isn't enough anymore.
You said what?
If you have the ability to put money back into a culture that you're financially benefiting from, have the ability to, you should.
It's interesting that you talk about it in that way, because some people do believe that silence is the best way to go, because it's hard to talk race, especially if you're white and you're in the Black culture. People just feel as if they can't talk about it. They feel awkward. They feel as if they don't have the privilege or the voice or the words. How do you find
it's everywhere. Coronavirus is everywhere.
When they want to talk to you about social injustice, police brutality, what's going on in this country right now?
Well, first of all, picking and choosing whether you want to be silent or not about race, that's a privilege in and of itself. But no, I mean, I try to just do my best to
it's not in Russia?
The Black people
or in Korea?
Especially, but that's why when we decided to raise the money for Black Lives Matter organizations, we when we raised $500, talking with my friends to make sure the money went to the correct. It's just about listening. That's all. It's about listening.
Let's talk about that for a moment, because the way
I can't listen to music if I'm broadcasting.
To be one. What inspired you? What did it look like? You said you raised money for Black Lives Matter. What did you do? Mm-hmm. Walk us through everything that you did and how you find yourself in this moment right now.
You said what?
So for me, it was 3 years ago. I had a string of festivals, and I decided that I was going to wear T-shirts with a message on them, because I figured, what better time to use a platform than
this is for some adult people, like people that really understand.
So one of the T-shirts I wore was, if you want to change the system. whole thing. And it didn't really it kind of got swept under the rug back then. But when all this stuff started happening again, and it's been happening, the police brutality against innocent black people, I was like, man, I'm not the biggest artist in the world, and I certainly don't have the most white fans in the world, but I got a good amount of people that I can definitely mobilize and turn into somebody.
You don't have to. You can leave if you want.
It's a good thing. And I've always been outspoken anyway, and so how am I going to be in black culture and not be outspoken about racism?
And then I got to ask you this, because you grew up in Atlanta, so that gives you a heads
when people want to understand some other people that know what's happening, they don't know what's happening that much.
Home of so much great music and things that speak to our culture right now. And we are really, really getting our word out, especially with this platform today, and saying that we must use.
Some people care, actually.
Talk to me about what the importance of voting for you in this upcoming.
Full transparency, I had never voted before, ever. And because, I was one of those people who was like, my vote doesn't matter. And, and I don't know, maybe it's because I was younger, maybe it's because I really thought that, or I don't know, but I just think that it's got to, now this is a bit of a privilege to say it's got to a breaking point for me, because obviously it's been past the breaking point for black people. But I think that as a whole, the young people need to get out and vote, because we're the ones
haven't even been 1 hour.
You know what I mean? We never show up to vote, but we're the future. So it's like, look, we got to go out there and vote, and then whatever happens, but at least we did our part.
It's been 11 minutes.
You're very candid in saying that you just decided to vote, and I think there's a beautiful irony in the fact that you have your fans saying, because of you, I'm voting. Right. And there's something beautiful about that. But I want to know why now for you. Why in this moment is it important for you to vote? And what hit your spirit to say, yes, this is the time to do it?
Honestly, because I think that George Floyd really woke up a lot of people who, including myself, who I was vocal and outspoken about racism. I put it in my lyrics. I put it on T-shirts. I would talk about it in interviews. I was vocal about it. But that video in that moment, I think me, along with a lot of other people, just kind of was like, all right, words are simply not enough anymore. We got to do something, whether it's raising money, whether it's voting, or all the above. We got to do something, and I'm ashamed that it took that for me to be like, I need to raise money and I need to vote. It's a shame. And I don't know, I guess it snapped a bunch of people vocal and whatnot. It's time to actually put your money where your mouth is. It's time to go vote. It's time to just stop talking about it and be about it. And it's been time for that, but like I said, I'm ashamed that it took me this long to actually really, really be about it. But I'm here now.
So Russ, we all know that this is going to be your first time voting. Tell me what that experience is going to be like for you in terms of what you're excited about.
I think what it's going to do for me. It's going to let me know that I'm contributing to something bigger than myself, and I'm actually putting my money where my mouth is, and I'm being about it. Because for so long, and I know I'm not alone with this, but standing on the outside and just screaming about this and that and this should change, and it's like, all right, but did you vote? And so I'm, I know it's gonna feel good to know that I played a small role, and that's the problem. I think the mentality of like, my vote doesn't matter needs to be changed to, my vote, albeit small, does matter. It's a role I'm playing, and if I play my part, then we make a difference.